It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Browns, and it's all up next.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing him out, coming off one of his best seasons as a pro, an MVP runner-up finish in year number 9, Dak Prescott.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opening, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That one gains 7. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, here's Dak. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Play action, Prescott. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big... And a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Dak throwing again. Caught near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. Williams will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
He's got it! And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Gay's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
On the return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Browns on offense, ready for their opening drive. And getting his first start in the National Football League, it is their rookie out of Colorado.
You couldn't tell me, looking at him lead this offense out, that he's a rookie starting in his first career game. He's got the poise of a veteran and the confidence of a star. The same traits he had in school that convinced this franchise he was their future starting QB.
Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Staying on the ground with Ford. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. They just get the play off. Into traffic, complete. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Play stopped by Damone Clark. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They have it on 3rd and 5. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Ready up. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
19, target. Come on. Set. Top low 18. Top 19. Come 19. Ready.
Throwing off the play fake here. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And it sets up 2nd down.
Go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd
Let's go
and
now.
11 at the Cowboys'
19,
25-yard line.
Ready.
Dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first.
Street. Set go.
Ford running to the right. Juke the defender. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Here we go, set.
Ford runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns finish off their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. First and 10 now from the 30. Dak now from the gun. It's taken in by Lamb. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He lofts it deep left. He's got it deep downfield. There it is, touchdown Dallas. The Cowboys just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Browns send Jerome Ford ready to begin another drive. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Play action on first down. Buys time, rolling right. Brought in right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. The Browns driving. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Play stopped by Damone Clark.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Into the hands of Tillman, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So now here's 3rd and 5. Another throw for Prescott. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Patrick Mahomes with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Tua Tagovailoa, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. George Pickens, a touchdown catch in the victory. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense headed out for this first series of the second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. On first down, they'll run. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. They're going play action. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. New set of downs for him at the 38. A give up the middle to Ford. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Launching deep down the right sideline. This is brought in at the 15. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns take a 4-point lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. 1st and 10, Prescott. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings up 2nd down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Pulled in at the 20. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Browns will go on offense. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. That one complete to Njoku. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On the move, headed right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Let's go now. Warriors 70. Ready?
They'll throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Completed to his running back. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for Cleveland. 1st down.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, check, Panther. Check, go.
Ford straight ahead. They'll cobble together a yard there. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey. There we go, sack. Hey,
Lone back gets the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
He's dropping back to throw. Hits his running back. Oh, the football's loose. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free.
Trap 60. Go.
They'll throw on 1st. Chased out to his right. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. They give it to him up the middle. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
They're going to look to throw on 3rd and goal. Escapes the pocket. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Turpin with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's tackled for a short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, here we go.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Prescott here from the gun. He's going to push one deep down the... He's got it inside the 25. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns getting their offense out there. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's Ford running right. Jukes one defender. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
17 yards. That's good for a Browns first down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Escapes a defender. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Handoff now out of the gun. Jukes out a 1-stop. And they bring him down around the 34. 16 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st. From the gun, it's Ford. He breaks a tackle. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2. Another one for Ford. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns going for the win here. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Ford. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Let's go.
Offense to the line for second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Cowboys' 16-yard line.
Now Ford. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Let's go now.
Now to throw. Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Ford is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns have taken the lead late. On his Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns break that tie and now lead by 7. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Setting up to pass. He's on the move. Escapes the sack. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll look to throw it. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down. One final shot here. Need this to force overtime. It's intercepted. That will do it. And the Browns make one final massive play, and that finishes the win. So to a chorus of bucks from the dog pound, the Browns take the win at home. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Browns. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.
The players on your team quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. It's week 2 of the 2024 season, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Browns and the Jags, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Duval County, here in Florida. On the banks of the St. Johns River, we look inside Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the buildup is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All offseason, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and in 6 days, the team that is able to turn the page to the next game week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind, the marathon, as you called it, of the NFL season, and here we are in week 2.
Jacksonville comes out with a former #1 overall pick. Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback, 6'6", tall and talented. Greg, hard to believe already this season 4. Lawrence, after his days at Clemson.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch, and if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Rip, 23. Here we go,
A tight end in motion now. They'll run it once more with Etienne. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Tackle there by Michael Hall. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that 1st down.
Look at 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Red on red.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
That's out to Brown, right side, complete.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
brings up 3rd and 7.
Ready up! Hey, easy. Ralph, Ralph! Ralph, Ralph! Silver.
Lawrence. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end screen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
Hey, go!
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
11, Agate. Fred on red. Silver.
They'll run the toss here to Etienne. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
Hey, Lion! Here we go,
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will take a 3-0 lead. So 3-0 our score, and we are set for the dynamic kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, young man from the University of Colorado.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set. Menu narration option is set. Menu narration option is set to off. Menu narration option is set to off.
Win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much power. The the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. They'll look to throw here on first down. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Open man, and that's Tillman. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. And he will score. David Njoku. Touchdown, Cleveland. That his first touchdown of the new year. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense ready to get going with their second possession. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw is Lawrence. A ball deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. De'Ami Brown. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Jaguars are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's to midfield. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
All right, so if you're going to be a kick returner in the National Football League, you need these two things. Balance, vision, and yes, speed doesn't hurt too much either. And all 3 of those were evident there. I mean, what a return that was to set his guys up, starting this drive inside the red zone.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it. And the Browns are going to have a first and goal. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. He'll drop to throw. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. The ball's still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Browns. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Browns are on top. It's 14-10. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Keelan Robinson to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down, Lawrence. Open man is Davis. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third down, 3 to go.
Hey, let's go.
To throw is Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Hey, Ryan.
Lawrence. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Now the Jags will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
Rip, 23.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time? And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Browns are on top as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. Check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in our studios with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Geno Smith throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Chris Olave, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Browns off. First crack at it as we begin this third quarter. We'll have a short field looking to build on the lead.
Let's go now.
He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
They'll run with 4. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Downfield for Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Throwing now from the gun. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually,
he puts it up, and it's caught. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Cleveland. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Robinson. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
this is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came. He's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly, realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket, decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
And that is incomplete. Denzel Ward in there defensively to knock it away. Davis to return it. And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 3. They'll look to throw yet again. Checking it down, this one is caught. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
First down, Browns.
Back to the air one more time. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Browns. Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Parker Washington. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Jaguars offense back onto the field for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. A first down there on a pickup of 17.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
He'll take off again.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Lawrence now on second down. That's complete to ETN. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Going for it all. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the left side, he's got Njoku. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Again, it's 4. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run once more with 4. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's go now. Go, Reed, go.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Jaguars offense getting set to get back to work.
Hey, let's go.
They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. He's going to air this out for Davis. And he's going to take this one all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. A 1-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Giants and the Browns coming up next.
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland.
Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way. Like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Ronnie Hickman knocking it away that time in coverage. You look at this Browns defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Now it's Wilson.
That's to the rookie. It's Malik Neighbors.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And everyone wants a dynamic receiver on the outside, and he may take it to a new level. Slot fade, one of his favorite routes when he played at LSU. And head coach Brian Daboll, he loves the competitiveness that Neighbors brings to the table.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, the numbers for Mostert a week ago.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
And we're talking about a young man who's been the talk of the NFL here in September. Came in and looked right at home. His team's 2-0. He's playing well. The big thing for him now, though, not to become... And I think the coaching staff has been working on exactly that.
And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the... there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
From the 21, here's the 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Sanders. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Off play action. Sanders rolling to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Wilson. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Browns, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off the play fake, Sanders. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
The Browns at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, able to avoid him. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. 7-7, our score after 1. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Sanders from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now it's Wilson. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 8 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. In motion goes the tight end. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. To throw is Wilson.
And that one almost intercepted. But it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on. But instead it's third down.
Here's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Cleveland offense making their way out as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes...
He's got a man complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 48 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And he's got some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
19 tight. Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Sanders flushed out right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Sanders. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Second and goal from the 1. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak, kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. Back to throw. Sanders toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Sanders, flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Giants now are going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Throwing is Wilson.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Wilson.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Wilson. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Wilson to throw. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Second down and 8.
Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Gano's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. And it's the Chargers who are on top in the second quarter. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at U.S. Bank Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jaden Reed, a touchdown reception. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sanders escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Beaver.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Play action. Now Wilson. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Sanders. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. That's to the former Bronco, Jerry Jeudy. Still going. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
It's a gain of 7.
18 Cardinal, 18 no! 18 Rattler, 18 Dragon, 60.
Looking to throw. Sanders. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Browns have taken the lead here in this third quarter. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now Wilson. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. In motion, Slayton. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Gano's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Sanders. He'll get this complete to Tillman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
At the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw. Sanders. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man, that's Tillman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Sanders. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Browns are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Wilson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
That one taken in by Neighbors. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Wilson wants a different look.
Back to throw now on first down. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, Wilson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back.
The dog pound barking as loud as they can here. 3rd down.
Wilson. That is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Looking to throw. Sanders.
That's caught by Johnson.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Ford. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
On the ground, it's Ford.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Cleveland, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's week 4 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see David Njoku. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Browns and the Raiders just ahead on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got 2 quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are 2 of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here in week 4. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. Love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Smith. That's taken in by Tucker. And this one does not go far.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 6 and a first down as well. Now a give running right. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down, Smith to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings us 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
And these pass rushers in the game today, they are so doggone good. Not only are they good at getting home and sacking the quarterback, look at this. As he was fighting the blocker, he kept his eyes on the ball, times it perfectly, and he forces a pass breakup.
That's caught for the first. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Smith on first down. That is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And it's going to be second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Buying some time right. Oh, he's going to run for it! And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
So now on fourth down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Browns on offense, readying for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Space on the right, and he's got room into the red zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns finish off their opening drive. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles. And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns who won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Here's a give up the middle. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They've got a man in motion. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. From the gun, Smith. He'll get this to Tucker. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 46. Pickup of 2 here. And that's good for a Raiders first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 18 at the 45-yard line.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. So even after 7 yards, still playing from behind, 3rd and 11.
It's the gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Throwing is Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Browns send Jerome Ford ready to begin another drive. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Ford. And he's brought down for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 7th and 12 at the 15-yard line.
Throwing off the play fake here. Finds a man. Deontay Johnson has it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to the air here. Buys time, rolling right. And that's going to be a sack. He goes out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Back to throw. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And he'll only get 3 here as we've reached the 2-minute warning. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one complete to Njoku. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. He's going to loft one deep to the left. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow their lead just before halftime. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns drive their lead to 11.
Raiders 3.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Smith in the pistol. He's got a man left. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Finds a seam down the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Smith. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 36. Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. All right, all set up now. First and 10. Looking to throw, Smith. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Man in motion here. Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. And again, it's Smith. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. So that's halftime here in this one. The Browns on the road, but currently in front. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. DK Metcalf leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. Najee Harris with a couple of touchdowns there. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate? These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. On the return, here comes Davis. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out first and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have second and 3. Receiver in motion going left. Now an inside give to Johnson. Trying to find some positive yardage. He's across the 45. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. A game-breaking play there, stunning the defense and giving this offense one for the highlight reel, baby.
Yep, just put another one on there, Kate. He is a threat to score anytime he touches the ball. The defense, well, they had him ready to go. They were ready to body him up in coverage, but receivers today, and we see it all the time, the best of them, they don't just do it through the air. They can use their legs as a weapon. That's a big-time touchdown run.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Smith to the air now. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. They're now set for 1st and 10.
That's good for Las Vegas.
The give now out of the shotgun. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. The former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. It was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
A gain of 6. Exit 3rd and 4.
Smith setting the throw. He fires one deep down the middle. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? So this one flies out right around the 15-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ford. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. The intended target there was David Njoku. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They're going play action. He fires one deep down the right. Brought in inside the 20. And he's out of back. No hesitations from Antonio Pierce here. And he's got the challenge flag out. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would. And they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. Throwing now on 1st down. On the move, headed right. He just throws this one away. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. They are throwing it again. That's caught at the 4. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Throwing now off play action. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns stretch their lead on the final play of the 3rd. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. He puts some power on it deep. Wide open, downfield, got it! He does it, touchdown! The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown. He's throwing for it! Oh, and he's got a man open, complete! And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Juke the defender. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Browns make it a 3-score game in the 4th. PAT is up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns stretch the lead to 23. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. Escapes the pocket.
Tick Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Caught by his back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Complete to number 2.
From the 40 on second down. Escapes out to the left. He's on the move. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. Back to the air. It's Smith. Caught. Nice gain left side. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. 1st down from the red zone. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the gun, Smith. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Smith. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Smith in the pistol. Escapes it, and they get to him and hold him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Now we see the Browns offense headed out. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another one for 4. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Browns as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.
It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Commanders, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You're going on a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be looking great. But flounder this month, and you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere.
And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And leading them out, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Staying with Robinson. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. 2nd and 3 now.
Here we go.
Play fake here. Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel. Complete. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. On first down, here's Daniels. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Roll, check.
Another try following the sack. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. But he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he eats a huge hit as he tries for the marker. Almost nothing after the catch that time, Brock. It's going to be 4th down. Up and good from Fairbairn. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
We'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He's going to throw this one. Forced out to his right. Finding Judy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. To the air now on 1st and 10. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns finish off their opening drive. David Njoku, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns, who won up the opposing field goal, they start with 7 on their opening drive. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He gets loose down the right side. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders need only 1 to take the lead. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. He lets a heater go deep. Big gain downfield. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns need only 1 to take the lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The Commanders are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson, and he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
at the 41-yard line.
Robinson on the inside give. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Now Daniels off the play action. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
47-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Daniels from the pistol. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Browns' 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. Steps up, and he's running with it.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down, too. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders driving ahead. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Getting out to his left. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Daniels now. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this one doesn't go far.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. So that's halftime here in this one. The Browns on the road, but currently in front. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin in the AFC North up at Paycor Stadium. Baltimore in town to take on Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Khalil Shakir, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The rookie number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, with a touchdown pass there. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. On the return, here comes Davis. Returns looking good so far. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Browns have the football first to start the third, and here comes their offense. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. He put everything he had into this one. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Ford running right. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Shit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. He's back to throw. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Here's a counter give to Robinson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Another carry for Robinson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Buys time, rolling right. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Looking to throw. He connects downfield on 4. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here we go.
Daniels.
Well, this isn't every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Robinson does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you? Or you now?
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders grab the lead on their first series of the half. The Commanders leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point try coming up. He's throwing for it. And they beat the defense with the throw and get 2 following the touchdown. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
Play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Dump off caught by his back. Jukes one defender. Keeps it moving. With some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. The Browns can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the third. On his Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns tie this game at 21. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The Commanders set to take over. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's all knotted up at 21. Plenty of scoring here as we begin the final quarter. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 42. Hits his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Browns are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Handoff running left, forward. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and throw it here. On the move, headed right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 25-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Sheds up a rusher. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Back to throw now. Chased out to his right, and they take this in for the score. The Browns now trail by just a point in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
A gain of 27 yards there. And the Commanders will have a first. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
On second down, Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. A run here with Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. A toss now to Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Come on, set. Shut up.
Here's Robinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. This one from 47 yards away. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
And some excellent field position awaiting them. That return up close to the 40 before he went out. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. It's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert.
Has a hole left, room to run. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set. Go.
He'll look to throw it. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Throwing now. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Here he is to throw. Has a man. It's Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. One final shot here. Flush down out to his left. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a well-earned win for the Browns, as with that, we sign off from D.C.